Welcome back to BBN Tonight. As far as we're concerned, there is no better place to be a student athlete than at the University of Kentucky. But UK also curates one of the best environments to learn and innovate, even if you're not an athlete. And one student is using her time in Kentucky's College of Health Sciences to make it safer for her classmates on the football field.
I am kind of a blueprinter. I like to write everything out and just create a framework for what I want. I start with a really abstract idea and I kind of dwindle it down from there to make it a more concrete concept, like what I want to target. My name is Casey Carter and I am a junior studying human health sciences on a pre-med track in the College of Health Sciences. I've always loved science from a very young age. I remember being in 5th grade, being in Science Olympiad and traveling to competitions. Science has always been my favorite subject. My scientific research, it actually started when I was in middle school. For one of our finalized projects, we had to go to the local science fair, and one of my main interests was football at the time. I was reading a lot of research articles about concussion studies and what they were doing to prevent concussions over time. And I just felt like for my scientific research, one thing that I could do is potentially create a design for some type of preventative method to reduce concussions. I had saw a lot about just changing helmets in general, or just creating more padding or adding padding and air cushions to the helmet. But my idea was more so adding a part onto the helmet. So that's where I came up with my prototype. My design is a collar attachment that goes onto the football helmet. So it sits at the brainstem area of the neck and it is attached with a strap onto the helmet. Basically, when a player is hit or withstands some type of impact, then that kinetic energy will be dispersed throughout the helmet versus being targeted on the brain area as a whole. So I got connected with Disney through the Disney Dreamers Academy, where I personally shadowed just the doctors and the physicians at Disney, and I got the chance to talk about my study and my prototype, as well as just the work that I would like to do in the future for medicine and activism as a whole. I think that's something about science that's really exciting, is that there's always something new to learn. In the BioMotion lab, I started within the lab in the middle of the pandemic. I started just helping with data processing, so they work on lower extremity injury kind of cases where they run data trials and data collections on those patients to improve the surgery aspects of lower extremity injuries such as ACL tears. I think it's so important for students to have just internship opportunities because it opens your eyes to the broad perspective of maybe the profession that you want to go into. I feel like you only know so much from the outside looking in. I think what I love most about being at UK is just the opportunities as a whole. I think they've shaped me in so many different ways as I approach my professional career. I think I really fell in love with the Human Health Sciences program and all that it had to offer. And I knew that it was a program that really identified with a lot of aspects of medical science that I really liked. And there was really no comparison in programs at any university that I thought would fulfill the different aspects of medicine that I really love, whether it's my academic endeavors, social endeavors. They really are continuing to shape me into the person that I aspire to be.